What's up? So, today's going to be a song of the day. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as I can. I don't want the video to go too long. Um, in the Cheap Trick Surrender video, I was talking about something, and then you know how my thoughts go over my thoughts. Well, I kind of forgot to mention it. I said I wanted to do a lot of 80s songs, but that honorable mention being the Cheap Trick song, it's not actually from the 80s. So it's on the cusp of the 80s. It's from 1978, right? It's not, so, you can't, I guess, qualify it as an 80s song, but it's right there. And I just wanted to clarify that about the Cheap Trick Surrender video. I said I was going to do 80 songs, or I like a lot of 80s songs, and that's not particularly an 80s song. But again, it's right there, right? And today we do have a song of the day. So on top of me doing 80s songs, probably again, this is going to be a big melting pot of songs, right? It's not necessarily to force a topic. You would be listening to something, or you would think of a song that relates to a topic that you're thinking about. This is kind of what this series correlates with. But then again, I also said it's going to be random. There's going to be times where I come on here and this is not going to be a song in a chat or a song in a movie in a chat, which I haven't even did yet, but I do want to do. But today it's just a song and a chat. This is going to be a KROQ Classic Series song and chat, I guess. Because there's a lot of songs from K-Rock that I would probably want to incorporate in the conversations also. And this is going to be one of them. The song of the day today is Jimmy Eat World, Sweetness. This is a classic. This is one I grew up listening to back in the day. I think it came out probably in the early 2000s, I think. I was listening to it in the early 2000s. Don't remember the exact year it came out. So the conversation kind of stems from today. I went to Kohl's because I had to return some shoes that I bought, just because I had to return them. I couldn't wear them. And well, before I got in the line to do that, because I had to go to customer service to return the shoes, I got in the normal line because I thought I could exchange the shoes in the normal line. I couldn't, but I ran into a girl in the normal line. Her energy was very nice and sweet, and she was smiling. There's sometimes people will smile at you because it's their job, right? And then there's other times you feel like people are smiling at you because they think that they're looking at you as somebody who's cute, right? And no, I don't think that most of the time. Most of the time, I don't see girls smiling. That's why I'm even talking about this. Because besides Thailand, when I was in Thailand and I saw everybody smiling, most of the time here, when you're dealing with girls at the market or retail, they're just like, hey, blah, 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 beep, 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 and you're in and you're out. But this girl was smiling at me, right? And I was kind of looking at her, and she told me, oh, you can't exchange it here. You got to go to customer service upstairs. I was like, all right, cool. And that was that. Went upstairs to return the shoes. And when I got on the elevator, there was a girl going up the elevator too. We were both going the same way. And I was kind of examining her face, and her energy obviously was nothing like the girl who was at the register. Her energy was just different. Her energy is what I would kind of classify it as most girls that I look at, or most people. She just didn't look like if I would have approached her, right? In my mind, I'm thinking she's the kind of girl to be like, oh, fuck off. Don't bother me, loser, And no, I don't think every girl would react like that, right? Again, this is just a case-by-case scenario. In that situation, I just figured that she would, versus the girl at the register who I was thinking, hey, I think I could ask this girl out and she'd be cool. You know what I mean? And I guess one of my prayers for myself is when that time comes, right? When the Lord brings me a girl who is really nice and sweet and caring, and it's go time, I pray I will utilize that thought and just go for it, you know? Whether she's like, no, thank you, I got a boyfriend, and then the conversation kind of ends there, you know? When I'm referring to girls in these scenarios, I'm not necessarily talking about their characteristics from a human standpoint of view. I'm always looking at it kind of in a relationship sort of basis. Like, how would this person be in relationship with me? Would she be caring? Would she be sweet? Would she be nice? Would she be willing to compromise on things I like, and me vice versa? Because I would. But I guess I'm always looking at it from the lens of a relationship sense. What do I think, and how would this person respond, right? And you can only do it in an instant. And that's not to say the information that you're going to gather is factual. No, but you're trying to go based off of kind of body language and, if the person looks friendly and these sorts of things, So I guess the song of the day is Jimmy Eat World's Sweetness, because I don't see a lot of sweetness in girls generally. And again, we're not going to go there. There are a lot of nice, sweet, kind, wonderful girls, right? You just don't always see them on a daily basis when you're going to your normal places. When you're going to the mall, when you're going to the store, you're not met so much with just random smiles. I remember back in the day, and I'll always think about this girl, right? Back in the day, I'm going to wrap this up soon. Back in the day, I used to go to this school and I used to take the bus. And there was a girl who took the bus too. And I remember the first day I took the bus, I wasn't really like trying to bother her. And this was back in the day. I wasn't trying to bother her. I wasn't trying to look at her. I just kind of like glanced at her from the side and I left things alone, right? And I just kept trying to look for the bus. And I think at that point, it was just me and her at the bus stop. And she came up to me and she was like, hey, hi, how you doing? And she struck up a conversation and she was really cool and really nice. And I got her number, but it just didn't, I think she was a little younger than me at the time. But we just didn't necessarily click at the time. Maybe it could have been because I was younger and it just didn't pan out. But nevertheless, she was very nice though. And I'm just thinking, how many times in life has that happened to me where a girl just came up to me and was like, hey, hi. Just the once. She had the sweetness. She had the sweetness, And like they say, oh, you got to be careful of nice people, right? Because nice people will never tell you like what they're really thinking and they can do things behind your back. But nice, sweet, kind, I think some of these things kind of go together, right? And at the end of the day, I do want someone that's nice and sweet and kind and caring and compassionate. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. There's a lot of girls that are Christian, right? And Catholic. But that doesn't necessarily just make them good for you, just because you guys both believe in the Lord. One of the things I pray for is that the Lord would send me somebody who absolutely loves him, right? But somebody that will absolutely love me too. I mean, love me. And not just love me, but that we're really compatible and she's really down to earth and sweet and willing to compromise. And that we can both see each other. Like she sees me and I see her. And we both value each other, because I feel like a lot of those things are missing from relationships. So today's song of the day is K-Rock Classic Series, Jimmy Eat World, Sweetness. Because at the end of the day, you really want somebody that is sweet You know, I don't want somebody that's bitchy, somebody that has an attitude. I, I want the sweetness. I want the I want her to be bubbly, sweet and bubbly and kind. And so I pray that the Lord will send me someone who matches this kind of criteria, and on top of that, loves him deeply. But with her loving him deeply, somebody that will love me deeply also. And of course, he should be number one, you know, but with each other, we should be number two. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Take care. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in this car. I know, why don't I have the door open? Because I want to kind of talk in private, you know, and this is something I kind of wanted to talk about today. So just some food for thought, you know. And anyway, the song of the day is Jimmy Eat World, Sweetness. Until next time, take care. Peace.